its service charter. Current status. Mr. Speaker, sir, you may wish to note that the report was reviewed by the Technical Committee of the Board in May 2026. The review comments were subsequently communicated to the project developer for incorporation into a further revised report. This is the time the news of the non-approval of the Environmental Impact Assessment Report submission got to the general public and social media. The Parliamentary Cluster Committee on Natural Resources and Climate Change invited the PS for Natural Resources and MEPA to present an account on this matter, and this took place on 10th June 2026. MEPA further wishes to indicate that the service charter for the Environmental Impact Assessment Review provides for the technical review period of up to 60 working days from the date of receipt of a complete submission for technical review. The review was therefore conducted in accordance with the timelines stipulated in the applicable guidelines and service charter. The developer submitted the revised Environmental Impact Assessment Report on 17th June 2026, and MEPA resumed processing. The Technical Committee on the Board met on 22nd June 2026 and found it to have satisfactorily addressed environmental and technical issues raised in the May 2026 review. The Technical Committee of the Board will present its recommendations to the authority at its next meeting scheduled in July 2026. The documented timeline clearly demonstrates that MEPA processed all submissions within the prescribed timelines and that significant delays arose from factors outside the authority's control, including the approximately 9 months period between July 2025 and March 2026 taken by the developer to submit a revised report following the editorial and preliminary review stage and the outstanding submission of the revised report following technical review. Right Honorable Speaker, my ministry and the Ministry of Natural Resources wishes to make assertions that the Environmental Impact Assessment Review process for the proposed Mularo Granular Fertilizer Production Factory has been undertaken in accordance with the Environment Management Act and the relevant Environmental Impact Assessment Guidelines. The authority remains committed to ensuring that all development projects are processed in a timely, transparent, and professional manner while safeguarding environmental sustainability and compliance with Malawi's environmental laws and standards. Right Honorable Speaker, this cannot be bent, this cannot be broken, and this will be followed to the book. I thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Thank you very much, Minister of Agriculture. I see Nchinji sir.
Thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker, for recognizing the people of Mchinji South to also echo on the same issue on the floor about licensing a company that is trying to solve one of our major problems in this country. I indeed rise in support of the motion brought in the House by the Honorable Member from Likuni, Lilongo Likuni, of the importance of issuing license to a local investor who is trying to start producing fertilizer one of the products that is consuming or eating a lot of our foreign exchange. Honorable Speaker, my understanding is that government has got the role to help investors in an easier way to achieve what they want to do that will also benefit the country. That is setting up legal and the regulations that will actually be conducive for the investor to come up with the investment. And also to give clear guidelines. The reason is if you give clear guidelines, you're actually making the investor to meet them. But if the guidelines are not clear, it will be difficult for the investor to meet those guidelines. And at the same time, Honorable Speaker, the government has got also the right to support those investors. Because as we are saying, this will not only benefit the investor himself, but the nation at large. The government has got a lot of ways that it can help the investor, giving training, piloting what the investor is trying to do. All this is to make sure that we are achieving the goal. And finally, as we're putting it, that this is beneficial to the nation, to the country at large. It would be even better for the company to give easier means of certifying these investments. There should be at least easier way of certifying them, so that at least at the end of the day, we have it. We all know that we have Forex problem. We are actually going into another growing season. We also need fertilizer. And at the moment, the country is struggling to find Forex. It would be beneficial if we find fertilizer locally in this country. So it is our plea. As I'm saying, it was not my motion. I'm simply supporting it. But I support it 100% that if we have a local investor in the country, it will also help ease some of the problems that we are facing. I therefore submit, Honorable Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you, Gingy South. Is it Gingy Southeast? Okay. Sitima Iwala. Salima North, you want to say something on the same? You have the floor.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for giving a chance to the people of Salima North to comment on this important issue under discussion. Mr. Speaker, I'm answering the question why this should be approved. I'm looking in different angles of the necessity of the factory, but I'll share you these few things. Number one, Mr. Speaker, sir, this country is looking at maintaining the Forex generation. And if we rely on importing fertilizer, it means we are giving pressure to our coffers to release more Forex so that we should import fertilizer. So I would suggest that we give this access to this company to start operating so that we can ease this pressure. Secondly, Mr. Speaker, sir, we are talking of a fertilizer production company, and in that industry, the employment rate is very high. So if we give this access to this company to start producing, we will give access to more young people, even those that are coming from South Africa, and all these graduates we have in this country who are lacking employment, they will get employment from this factory. So it is very important that we recognize this. I'm talking about taxes. You know, operating such a company, it involves a lot. The employees, even the raw materials and the production systems, they will be paying taxes, which will stabilize our economy as well. This is why I'm saying this factory must be given a chance to start operating. Mr. Speaker, sir, the minister talked about the dangers that might happen in the process of these operations of this factory. I would like to say that In business, Mr. Speaker, we look at the opportunity cost, the sacrifice that we make and the gains that we make, we balance them. And when we see the one, we should look at which one is gaining more relevance upon the balance. So if you ask me, we are looking at this and I can see that this project has got more balance, more stability to the economy than letting it go because of the demerits that she explained. I would suggest that those be given as recommendations, because if we don't let this company operate, then we have more suffering than letting it operate and then study how we can ease the pressure that we are talking about due to the issues that are deemed to be the ones affecting the operation of this factory. So I'm looking at this as an issue of a national importance, and that giving it access to start operating will ease more problems to this country than maybe it might cause. I submit, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Leza Mayani.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, sir, for allowing the people of the Zamayani to add a voice to the issue that is on the floor. Mr. Speaker, sir, first let me first say, join the other members on the importance of empowering local production and also empowering, I could put it in a simple way, the indigenous communities. Mr. Speaker, sir, for an economy to be more successful, it has been realized in most countries, it is only when that economy is in the hands of the citizens or the indigenous people of that country. That issue, Mr. Speaker, sir, should be emphasized in the way we plan our issues. As we are speaking today, Mr. Speaker, sir, in Africa, we have the largest oil refinery built by Mr. Dangote, the richest man in Africa. But if you look at how Dangote came up with that project, it is because the government supported him. If the government of Nigeria didn't support him, Mr. Dangote couldn't have afforded to build that large oil refinery in Africa. And for the first time, Mr. Speaker, sir, I was reading another report that for the first time, Mr. Dangote is the largest supplier of jet fuel in Europe. That's a positive feedback from what local investment can do. I wish if we, as a country, we could fully support Mr. Napoleon Zombe, so that in the end, we should be able to have our own fertilizer factory, such that when we have our own fertilizer factory, then we could be also exporting to other countries, just as it is done in other countries. So the people of the Zamayani would fully support any initiative that the government can take to make sure that we support local production and local empowerment. Mr. Speaker, sir, in the end, I also want to emphasize one thing. In the banking sector in Malawi, there were no Malawians fully participating in the banking sector. But now, as we are speaking, Mr. Speaker, sir, there has been a positive outcome that for the first time we have a bank that is owned by a Malawian, and that's FDH Bank. And for the first time, we have a Malawian billionaire in terms of the dollar value, and is Mr. Tom Mpinganjira. If we could do the same in all other sectors, as we have done in the banking sector, we could be progressing as a country, empowering the local Malawians, empowering indigenous Malawians to make sure that they should run in the critical issues of our economy. Mr. Speaker, I want your protection.
Let's have order. Can we listen to the Zamayani?
Mr. Speaker, sir, if we could target all the critical sectors and empower local Malawians to take part strongly in those areas, Mr. Speaker, sir, our country could progress. First is about import substitution, and then also to promote what we could call exportation of our products. So people of the Zamayani fully support the idea. As we are celebrating our independence in this month of July, what kind of a child, Mr. Speaker, sir, Malawi is 64 years old now, but it cannot cook its own fertilizer, cannot prepare its own meal, cannot produce its own items. So, Mr. Speaker, sir, the point I'm trying to emphasize, if as a country we can't produce anything like fertilizer for 64 years, where is our independence as a country? Fertilizer, but in all other critical sectors. I support the motion. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Mzimba West.
Honorable Speaker, thank you very much for recognizing the people of Mzimba West constituency to put their voice to what is on the floor. Honorable Speaker, I will be very brief. People of Mzimba West, just like any other Malawian, are looking forward to fertilizer, which could be locally produced. That's what we will appreciate, yes. However, Honorable Speaker, we want to use that fertilizer when it is produced. We don't want to produce fertilizer at the cost of human lives, at the cost of the environment that we need to keep ourselves. I think as we're debating this, let's pay attention to the concerns that have been raised. At this point, Honorable Speaker, as much as I support this, I want to say something important. We seem to be our own devil, because a foreigner will come here to invest in the same production, and we will think he has been favored simply because he hired the right people, they followed all the required procedures. I am speaking from a point of knowledge that we have similar structures standing across the country which are not functional because we missed very basic things. And on this one, Honorable Speaker, our concern is the environmental and social management plan. If these things are not addressed, we are risking lives. I therefore support that the investor be given the adequate support to address the issues that have been raised, because they are equally important, and in fact, lives are not just statistics. Even if it's one life, we cannot compare on any other scale. I heard a term that came up in here, the cost-benefit analysis, the opportunity cost. But the opportunity cost, let's think for a moment. One life is how much? Because cost-benefit analysis, opportunity cost, we'll be talking about those analyses. How much will one life that will be lost be costed at? I submit, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Mzimba West. I will take Chitipa Chendo. You have the floor.
Thank you very much. Right Honorable Mr. Speaker, sir. Before I can contribute to the motion, Mr. Speaker, sir, I wish to bring to your attention the sad development which has happened in my constituency at Chitipa, in Chitipa Chendo, especially at Chisenga CDSS, where while students were writing their MSc exams, fire gutted the girls' hostel, and our girls have lost everything in those hostels. They are psychologically haunted and tortured, and I wish to take advantage of this opportunity to inform you, sir, and the concerned stakeholders to see how best our girls can be assisted at this difficult time and critical stage as they write the exams. Mr. Speaker, sir, I support the motion that we need to produce our fertilizer, our own fertilizer in this country. I submit.
Thank you, Chitipa Chendo. I'm sure the Minister of Gender, I trust her, she has taken note of that incident regarding the girls' hostel. She will do something, I know. Thank you so much. Minister of Education, you have the floor.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, sir. I would like to seize the opportunity to thank the honorable member from Chitipa for bringing this very important matter on the floor of the House. And I would like to assure him that this matter will be addressed immediately. I thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
In fact, I should have referred it to you in the first place. But when I heard about the girls, I immediately thought of my sister there. But thank you so much, Honorable Minister of Education. And indeed, those girls need to be helped. I'll take the last one, Lilongwe Seat Lumbadzi. You have the floor, sir.
Thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker, sir, for granting the people of Lilongwe City Lumbadzi to make a contribution on the motion that has been put on the table. Let me begin, Right Honorable Speaker, sir, by urging this House that I think we were mandated to hold power that we have because of issues of national interest. And therefore, any motion brought on the table whose implication goes to the national importance, I think all of us require to be sober-minded and provide the necessary support. Malawi as a country depends on agriculture. And the Minister of Finance provides in the budget on annual basis enormous resources that support and cushion agriculture through the many names that have been called, including the AIP. And most of the resources that are spent in the AIP program go towards fertilizer procurement, which all of us are aware that currently fertilizer is procured from outside the country. And therefore, Mr. Right Honorable Speaker, sir, the motion brought on the table is actually giving us a direction that, if implemented, this nation may see an improvement in terms of availability of fertilizer, because it will, for sure, be produced within the country. Under that arrangement, it's also obvious that most of the forex that is spent in the process of fertilizer procurement is going to be spared and directed to other equally important issues of national interest. Secondly, Right Honorable Speaker, sir, allow me to indicate that we have been grappling with the issues of fertilizer subsidy in this country. And therefore, allowing a Malawian origin to take up a challenge of producing fertilizer within the country is something that all of us need to provide support. I am coming from Lilongwe City, Lumba's constituency, of which I think I indicated here, Right Honorable Speaker, sir, one time, that it's only about 20 to 25% of my constituency which is covering Lilongwe City. The rest of my constituency, 75% or thereabouts, is a typical rural setup. And therefore, there are a lot of farmers within my constituency that would benefit from a situation where fertilizer is produced within the country. For this reason, Right Honorable Speaker, sir, I would like to submit in support of the motion that the people of Lilongwe City, Lumbadzi, support this motion. And thank you so much, Madam Speaker, for granting the people of Lumbadzi to make a contribution. Thank you.
Thank you. Honourable members, I think we have spoken. I see Doa East. You'll be the last one to contribute on this one. But how are you, Doa East?
I am very good, Right Honourable Speaker.
Thank you.
And I would like to take this opportunity to thank you for recognizing the people of Nalunga, Vera, Maweru, and Senior Chief Inkosi Chiwe. The motion we are discussing this afternoon, Right Honourable Speaker, is very, very important. And we all clapped hands for the Minister of Agriculture when she presented her statement on how we had done our fertilizer subsidy program, for one reason, that she had just assumed her office, but she had tried quite a lot to make sure that fertilizer is distributed across the nation. She highlighted in her speech, her statement on that particular day, that there were issues that her ministry was resolving, and some of it was logistical issues. Honourable Speaker, production of fertilizer in our country, among others, is going to help us to cut cost on logistics, but also the time that we give fertilizer to our farmers. Many are times that governments have procured fertilizer, but the fertilizer has not reached our farmers in time. Having our own factory and having our own fertilizer in the country will make sure that the first fertilizer and the second fertilizer will be applied in time. We have hard-working farmers in the country. Government has been spending resources, but many times when fertilizer comes and reaches them, our farmers, in times that the fertilizer will not be productive. And for that reason, the factory that Mr. Dzombe is bringing to this country is a timely gesture for the whole country. It's going to resolve most of the issues that our Minister of Agriculture did raise. There are times I called her and asked her for support. She gave me the fertilizer in my constituency. But the time the fertilizer arrived in my constituency, our farmers had already lost the time. And therefore that affected productivity. Our farmers will be crying foul, but we can resolve this. Through you, Right Honorable Speaker, I would want to plead with the Honorable Minister of Agriculture, the Minister of Natural Resources, and all other entities that follow all those protocols. Let's help our Malawian farmer out there. Let's help a Malawian farmer out there. This factory is going to solve the whole crisis that we have in the country. Of course, I'm aware that may production limits, maybe we may still want to import some fertilizer. But apart from that, we're going to have high yield in the country. There is already an alarm which is coming across about El Nino, meaning we may not be able to receive enough rains in the country. And if we don't procure fertilizer in time, that is going to affect us. So through you, I would like to plead with the Honorable Minister of Agriculture, the efforts that you are doing, this is going to help you to make sure that our farmers are saved in time. Let's support the factory that Honorable Mr. Dzombe is bringing in the country. I rest my case and I thank you for giving the people of Nalunga, Do and Vera time to speak in Parliament. Thank you so much, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Doist, for that. Honourable members, we have spoken on this issue. First of all, it doesn't need a motion. I was double checking. It's normally comes in for debate, and maybe the Speaker could give guidance on these issues. I did speak earlier on the issues of bureaucracy. I think all of you agreed with me that if it wasn't for the bureaucracy that is happening in our offices, this country could be way ahead. Honorable members, I'm talking for an informative view. I have been the chair of our Agriculture Committee for six years, and I know the agriculture sector in and out. Fertilizer is not a luxury. It's a must that as a government we should have our own plant. And I wanted to agree, of course, those that said that maybe the procedures were not followed. But at the same time, I'm failing to understand why as government did we not help. There was an honorable member who said that you need to follow procedures. But I want to assure you, honorable member, that even if you tomorrow want to bring a bill in the House, our Secretariat will assist you. Whether that bill will assist Parliament or not, but it's their job to assist you, because we want to be progressive. In this case, issues to do with environment, waste management and all, according to the minister, were sorted out. And maybe the investor, being the first time, needs guidance, needs government assistance. But at the same time also, I want to talk to you big politicians. Stop commenting on this issue. The moment you comment on this issue, you are politicizing it, and you are affecting that investor. It doesn't matter where he comes from. We want fertilizer. We're using Mikozo. There was no issues of waste management then. So can we please be progressive? My ruling is that we're going to have a joint committee: agriculture, trade and investment, natural resources. To go within a week, I need a report. They should report to Parliament. This is not about politics. Please sit down. Please sit down. Please sit down. But we need to go there and understand it's a big investment. We need this factory to be up and running. Do not politicize Mr. Zombe. He's not a politician. He is an investor. So I'm directing that the Secretariat take note, 3 committees, joint committee. I would like to see the chairs in my office tomorrow. We find a way forward. Even if it's me to go, I'll join them to go and see what is on the ground. As I said, I've been the chair for Agriculture Committee. I know there's a cartel that also works behind this, and we're not going to allow that to happen. Thank you. Minister of Local Government, point of order. Go ahead.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker, and I would like to thank you for your really love for the country, and indeed, I really would like to commend you for the passion that you have and the love that you have for the country. But for guidance purposes, on this side of the House, from the statement that the Minister read, he said everything is now done to the extent that the board is meeting in the course of this month. It's in the statement. And everything in as far as the feasibility studies looks now okay, that the board will be meeting, that the board is now meeting to consider approving the sort of study. So the question now would be, do we bend does the minister bend the board? Because the board is the one that is going to approve. Because this process that you're talking about, how long will it take? Otherwise, the public would think that we are still stalling or we're going back and forth, but the board is meeting to approve. So we just want guidance for purposes that we don't prolong this process, because the government really, and probably your speaker, you may want to note that the factory has not started being constructed within the 8 months we've been in government. He started a long time ago. And the MCP was in government, they would have approved this assessment this long time ago. So they shouldn't be holier than thou. They should not be holier than thou. It is not the problem of MCP, it is not the problem of DPP, it is the problem of systems that we have. And that we want now, your Speaker, your guidance. The board is meeting next week. How should we proceed? Does it wait for the ad hoc committee, or the board can still continue for purposes of progress? I submit.
Thank you. Can I have order? I want to agree with you, Honorable Minister of Local Government. Listening to the Minister of Agriculture, she said this issue started July, there was communication July 2025. This government was not in there. It is you. Okay? No, wait. Wait. It is the previous government. It is the previous government. Honorable, sit down, please. Can you sit down? Order. 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 It is it. Order. You, Honorable MCP Whip, you were the spokesperson of the previous government. Now, it doesn't matter. Can I have order? Can I have order? What we are trying here is to correct the problem. The problem did not, because I don't want finger pointing. We both should take blame for this. We both should work together and make sure that this factory is running. That's what we are saying. But when you start pointing fingers, and they start pointing fingers, we are not going to move. What we are saying is the issue did not start now. It has taken too long. And now I'm hearing from the minister that the board is meeting. We are not sure whether this time it will be done. The joint committee, it's not an ad hoc committee, it's a joint committee. It is going to do its job for Parliament. The board can do its job, and we are going to do our job. So that is my ruling, and it is final. Government whip? Government whip? I see you want to speak.
Thank you. Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Black box, keep quiet. Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Keep quiet, keep quiet, keep quiet. I have the floor. I have the floor. Right Honorable Speaker, I need your protection. Right Honorable Speaker, I need your protection.
Honourable members, can I have order?
Can I have your protection?
Can I have order? Honourable members. Honourable members, it is now 5 o'clock. I adjourn the House to tomorrow at 9:30. House adjourned.